festival. I've just done my demonstration and it feels on fire.
I think you do a lot of cooking at home.
I bake a lot of cakes. There's such a vibe here, and what I'm loving is like the fashion, the food. It's just this really amazing combination of lifestyle, understanding, acknowledging, and celebrating what makes us different, what makes us diverse, but also what makes us beautiful as Africans.
I just won the junior chef competition. I was very excited because cooking was one of the most favorite things I love doing.
Alright, let me start with my first recipe. So, I've got some raspberries that go on top and some mint.
We love Luju!
It's a beautiful thing, it's a beautiful theme, and I think it should be a daily theme for Africa from here on into the future.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm special welcome to the 4th episode of the Blue Table Talk series, proudly brought to you by Standard Bank Eswatini. I'm your host, Piwo Dlamini, and I am so excited about today's episode because we are talking all things Luju. Yep, that's right. The Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival will be taking place from the 30th of September to the 1st of October 2022, and the show is dedicated to giving you the lowdown on what you can expect at this year's festival and unpacking the inspiring ethos behind it. And of course, I am joined by my guests who are going to be telling us a lot more about it. But before I get there, please do remember that on the show, we are extremely generous. We always have something special to give away. And of course, because we are talking Luju, we will be giving away some Luju Festival tickets. So do make sure to stay tuned and to answer our quiz. We have our Q&As that will be coming up throughout the show. So do make sure to pay attention and to listen. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tune in because you don't want to miss out on this one. All right, so today we are broadcasting live and direct from the official Luju venue, which is House on Fire in Malkerns. And I am joined by the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival Director, Jakes Thorne, as well as Standard Bank's Head of Brand and Marketing, Sibusile Sigwane, and to give you a taste of the feel-good music that you can expect at the festival, we have one of the finest DJs to come out of Eswatini, DJ Mbo. Give us a young something to greet the people. All right. Thank you, DJ Mbo. And of course, later on, we will be joined by Standard Bank's Communications and CSI officer who will come through to tell us more about the festival. But for now, I'm going to hand over to our guests to say their hellos, to greet you and welcome you. Jigs?
Good evening. Spusile, lovely to be here. I have a gripe, and I must get it out early on. I was the only one who didn't get makeup this evening.
Well, did you need to powder your nose? I don't think so.
Well,
I think not.
I'm not sure about that.
But maybe a bit of blush.
You know, it could have gone a long way. This is Luju after all. You didn't come to the party. You didn't dress for the event. Welcome, Jigs.
Thank you.
Sibusile.
Thank you, Pio. And thank you again for having me. It's always an honor to be here. And much better having actually sharing the same platform with Jigs as we prepare and, ready to get into the full-on mode of the Standard
Yes.
Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. Very exciting,
Yeah.
and very exciting to have this episode here at House on Fire. So thank you, and thank you, of course, to our viewers for tuning in this evening.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we did say that we're broadcasting live and direct from the official Luju venue. And as you can see, it is a celebration, and that's why we have some sparkling wine from Valdo.
Yes.
And of course, what is Luju without some honey? That's why we've got some Imlembe honey right here. But we'll be talking a bit more to that throughout the show, so stick with us. But for now, Jigs, I mean, the response to the launch that we had last week, Thursday, here at House on Fire has been massively positive. And we're excited for this year's edition. Can you tell us what we can expect?
Well, as you say, so exciting to be back in the way Luju manifests itself. I like to say Luju is a food and fashion festival. I know we speak to lifestyle, but I must be honest, Luju is really about dressing up, feeling good, enjoying amazing food, coming with your family. It's family friendly. And we're back. It's a bespoke event. It's something that we've all become part of. And it's certainly something that we can all look forward to. So as you said, the dates at the end of September, the 30th of September to the 1st of October, Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival is back.
That's right. Thank you, Jigs. Now, to our viewers, we do hope that you will be joining us on the 30th of September and the 1st of October for the 4th edition of the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. And do remember that we are going to have our Q&As, and right about now, we have our first question. Don't forget that we are giving away some exciting prizes. We are giving away tickets to the Luju Festival. So if you want to win, here is your first question for this evening. List the 2 themes for this year's festival. I repeat, list the 2 themes for this year's festival. Now, don't forget to share your responses on our social media. We are on Facebook as Standard Bank Luju Festival, and on Twitter and Instagram, we are at Luju Festival. Now, we are going to go now into the next part of our show. We'd like to understand why Standard Bank, Sibusile, I'm going to move over to you. Why did Standard Bank choose to support a festival such as Luju? And what are some of the ways that you are using the festival to empower eMaswati, as Standard Bank always does?
Thank you, Pio, for that. So look, Standard Bank, really the Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival is truly aligned to our brand purpose, which is Eswatini is our home. We drive her growth. And of course, the announcement of the 4th edition of the Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival this year emphasizes the bank's commitment to growing our local economy, Pio. This we do through the arts and the SME industry, of course. And we really firmly believe in driving equitable economic empowerment for all of eMaswati. We also believe in ensuring that our brand fully addresses socio-economic issues by creating platforms like these and, of course, spaces to address some of these challenges. As demonstrated, you will recall, last year through our Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival mandate, some of the emerging issues, PO, included the COVID-19 vaccine drive last year. This fully meant to support local artists and artisans and, of course, our entrepreneurs, financial inclusion as well in Eswatini, through the introduction of Unayo last year. We've got quite a series of packed initiatives this year, working closely, of course, with our festival directors and the partners and teams that we work with for this year. So you'll be seeing quite a lot of on-the-ground activations, on-the-ground interactions. It's very important for us as a brand to fully live up to who we are. So when we speak of finding new ways to make the dreams of eMaswati possible, we do that through sponsorship properties like this one, which is our signature sponsorship event, the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. So Jigs spoke to Luju being a fashion event as well. So you can imagine the number of local fashion designers that get to benefit from an event like this one. It goes beyond just the fashion designers, pure. So you can imagine, for us as a financial institution, very important for us to fully leverage this property by speaking to our financial service offering and speaking to how we are driving financial inclusion in Eswatini on the backdrop of the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. So while we prepare to eat, to sway, and to love, also very imperative for us to ensure that we have a compelling product campaigns where we fully demonstrate our product proof points as a brand. Now, you'll recall that last year we went to market and we went live with the Unayo campaign. This year we're more than excited and we're looking forward to going to market once again with the campaign under the tagline, Be the Future. I know Jigs is going to come back and speak to the theme maybe at great length around what really is the theme around this year. And when we speak of an African future, what does that look like from a festival perspective? I'll then come back again just to speak to what Emaswati can expect from a product activation and an actual on-site activation at the Luju Festival, and mostly focusing on what they can look forward to as we move around the country activating. Now, as you said, Pure, there's a lot of giveaways that we're going to be doing across our social media pages during our activations, and tonight is just a sneak peek into what they can really expect. So I'll hand over back to you.
All right, thank you so much for that, CBC. Now back to you, Jigs. Can you unpack the festival ethos behind the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival?
Well, firstly, I want to say that, when the concept was being born, we obviously wanted to look for a unique selling point. Why put on a festival? And at that time, food and lifestyle was trending in particular. I mean, food and lifestyle has always been a part of what we do as people, as humanity, but I think that we saw an opportunity there. But we wanted it to be relevant to the local scene. And the tagline, a return to the African future, came up for us. And the tagline really speaks to African heritage and all its amazing creative formats. We wanted to go back and acknowledge kind of relevant creative dynamics and bring them to the fore. We wanted to celebrate them. We wanted to acknowledge that there are so many things that should be guiding the way we create, the way we celebrate. Particularly when popular culture is so invasive. And I talk about popular culture being what we kind of get transported into through the media. So it's really about kind of going back and acknowledging where we're from and how our past informs the present, and importantly, where we're going. Yeah. So it's a very dynamic concept. And of course, we explore this through fashion and food and music. And we consciously explore this. So when we create our culinary programs, when we engage our fashion designers, when we engage our musicians, this is the discussion we're having, because it's not about entertainment for entertainment's sakes. Anybody can do that. Again, what is the unique selling point? So the ethos, a return to the African future. It's a play on words, it's a dynamic concept, and it's something for all of us to explore with integrity.
Love that. Love that. Okay, so with that, can you tell us, there's always something new at Luju. Every year, I mean, this will be the 4th edition, and we're already expecting that there'll be something new and exciting. So can you share some of the exciting developments that you have prepared for this year's festival?
Thanks, Piwo. So, the exciting bits. Okay, so the Return to the African Future is our umbrella kind of ethos, if you like. And from that, we have come up with our specific themes for our culinary and fashion focuses this year. The culinary focus speaks to Afrofusion. And as the term would suggest, we're looking at how African food has been inspired by other ingredients and tastes, and vice versa. So we're exploring that fusion space, which is very dynamic and open. That's within the culinary space, and of course we have our applications open, so interested traders can apply currently via our platforms to trade within the context of our theme, which is very dynamic. So again, we're not just asking people to come and do their usual stuff, menu. How can they explore the theme? And that, of course, informs the way we kind of set up our Luju cook-off, which we'll explain a little bit later. But within the fashion space, the theme is, wait for it, Hair-volution. Now, and that's because I've had lots of it. Hair-volution basically speaks to hair as a statement piece. And our crowns, whether we like it or not, do a lot of talking, and we wanted our hair to inform the way we approached fashion this year. So we think it's a very exciting theme. And of course, there'll be a lot more in terms of how one can come to Luju and explore that theme and how that theme speaks to your look. We'll have local designers communicating on all platforms and making sure that theme is accessible, that people can translate it in their own way. And I know Spoo has been thinking about her look and feel. You've got to start thinking about your look and feel early. I don't know whether you guys remember last year, but I was wearing gumboots at Luju.
Yeah, that was a big fashion faux pas.
That was. Did you notice that, Spusile?
I did, and I was just like, okay.
And a
James,
t-shirt.
Yeah, I get it, we're busy, but I'm like, please go find yourself.
No, I mean, I've got an excuse, but I'll speak to you afterwards. About that. So the two themes: Afrofusion, Hair-volution, which stem from our ethos, a return to the African future.
Lovely. And just one last question for you, Jix, before we move on to our second question for our quiz to the viewers at home. Can you share how the festival benefits the Kingdom of Eswatini? Earlier you did mention that this is a conscious festival.
Yeah.
It's not just entertainment for entertainment's sake. So what are some of the opportunities that exist within the Luju space to develop the creative economy in Eswatini?
So this may be sensitive, but last year, 2021, I think there was a lot of sensitivity around Luju taking place. And through the creative lens, and from a Luju Standard Bank perspective, we were very aware that this platform supports a creative industry.
Yes.
First and foremost, people looking in from the outside go, entertainment. But when you are in the environment, and you can ask DJ Mbo, entertainment means work. So I think it's critical that we collectively appreciate and understand that events like Luju create and support a platform for the creative industry. And if you want to break it down, it's actually fascinating to see how many people it supports.
Yeah.
We talk about the creative economy, and events like Luju and others in Eswatini support the creative economy in a magnificent way. So, I think, speaking to tangibles now, from a Luju perspective, we've spoken about the fashion space and what that speaks to in terms of supporting local designers. The culinary space, we have a cook-off this year that we'll be activating in Pick n Pays. It supports and showcases local food enthusiasts and chefs. We have obviously a music platform. Music takes a little bit of a back seat. But we have obviously DJ Mbo and a range of local artists supporting a stage with international acts coming as far as Portugal this year, and of course the region. So service providers in kind of staging, lighting, it goes on and on, Piwo. So many tangible kind of entry points that support and develop the local creative industry. And I know from a Standard Bank perspective, the support of local SMEs is a major focus. So this is something that we certainly align around.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for that, Jigs. And you heard it here first. Jigs did say you need to start planning your outfits and your hair early. Of course, we heard the themes are Afrofusion and Hairvolution, all under the overarching theme of a return to the African future. And right about now, do remember to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, do let a friend know to tune in. We are giving away some exciting prizes. We're giving away festival tickets to the Standard Bank Luju Food and Festival, which will be taking place from the 30th of September to the 1st of October, right here at House on Fire. And of course, we want you to come. So Standard Bank is giving you the chance to win yourself some tickets. All you have to do is answer some easy questions. And here is our second question for the night. All right, list 4 artists on this year's festival lineup. This is an easy one. I could list 6 right from the top of my head. The question is list 4 artists from this year's festival lineup. Do make sure to share your answers with us. We are, of course, on Facebook as Standard Bank Luju Festival and on Instagram and Twitter at Luju Festival. Now, back to you, Sibusile. Earlier, you shared why Standard Bank supports a festival such as Luju and the different campaigns that you have and how it just aligns so brilliantly with your ethos as a bank. But for now, can you tell us about the developments within Standard Banks, how your commitment towards creating a one-stop digital banking hub for the nation, which caters to all needs from the smallest to the biggest, which is truly enabling eMaswati to be the future, as your hashtag be the future. Please tell us more about that.
Thank you, Pierre. So we're really more than just a bank, Pierre.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to what Jigs emphasized around going back to the African future, which is what inspired our theme as well for the campaign, Be the Future. The future is digital, Pure. I think COVID taught us one thing, that, we're really forced to rethink the way in which we do things.
Yeah.
Digital is more accessible. So as a bank, very important as well for us to constantly thrive to find new ways of digitalizing and making sure that banking is accessible for every Liswati. So this really speaks to our product focus, which is our product proof points that are going to come out strongly under the Be the Future campaign this year. So as I mentioned earlier, we continue to be committed to developing platforms to engage with and support, of course, our communities and businesses wherever we operate, and this we do through campaigns like the hashtag Be the Future. So there's a lot of exciting initiatives and plans that we have. The campaign is going live next week from the 8th of August, so we're very excited as well. And I'll just I'll highlight some of the key product features that eMaswati can expect to see. We're speaking to our digital hub, and when we speak of a digital hub, we speak of how the future is convenient, Piro, with, of course, our mobile banking platform. Yeah. How the future is online, the future is quick, so it's cashless as well, and the future begins today. So what better way to repunt our product proof points and fully showcase what we mean by Be the Future. So if you want to be part of the future, are you banking right, firstly, and are you fully appreciating the suite of products and services that we offer that actually require you to do more live, in terms of attending more festivals like a Luju festival, and leave the banking to the bankers. But you want to know that you can access your funds conveniently 24/7. That's the future of banking. And as a business, when we continue to say we want to find new ways of making dreams possible, we're saying we want to make dreams possible for the traders that are trading within the festival through the Unaya platform, which is a cashless system where you literally can pay via via your phone. So it's a matter of tapping your phone, and there's cash moving from your account to the next account. And I think festivals like the Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival really also forced us as a business to rethink how we can fully leverage this property by ensuring that we're also bringing in tailor-suited solutions that fit and befit a festival of this caliber. The one thing you don't want to be doing is moving around with a lot of cash.
Yeah.
So a festival like this one is very cashless, and we ensure that we have and offer those solutions so that Emaswati can experience them. But they're not only just for your high-end Emaswati, they're for every Liswati. And when I speak of every Liswati, I want to believe every Liswati has a phone. So you don't have to have a smartphone to access our product service offering. You can basically access them from just dialing *334#, and that's literally just Unayo. So I'm really excited just to speak to and maybe highlight some of the initiatives that Emaswati can expect from a Standard Bank perspective. Of course, working alongside and moving around the towns with our festival partners being the House on Fire teams. There's a series of other partners that we have, and I'm sure Jigs is going to touch on the festival partners, which we are very excited also to have on board this year. But really what I'd love to do is to encourage Emaswati. So if you're tuned in from home, please do follow our social media pages. Make sure you're interacting with us. This festival Pure also allows us as a brand to fully support the broader arts fraternity. Yes. We do a lot of photography during this time. So we support quite a lot of photographers over and above supporting just the festival. Yeah. There's a lot of work that goes into the creative arts and into the marketing, creative advertising space. So very excited to be back on radio. So we're going to be on radio full on TV full on, social media buzzing, spreading the Luju buzz, but more than anything, just rehashing what we mean by being the future, what our definition as a brand of being the future is. And definitely, if it's not digital, I don't know what you're missing out on. So if you're wanting to eat, sway, love, you best be the future. And of course, living up again to the festival ethos. So very excited about that campaign. We can definitely guarantee you quite a lot of incentives as we build up to the actual festival. And we're very excited that we're going to be visiting all the towns in Eswatini, bringing this campaign to Emaswati, punting the festival as well, just to ensure that everyone has a touch and experiences the buzz of our activations.
There's a chance to win tickets at those activations.
Definitely. So we're not only giving away tickets this evening, Pio. We're going to be moving around giving away tickets. So we're giving away tickets on radio, we're giving away tickets on TV, social media, here on the show, and of course during the activations. And this is of course courtesy of our partnership with House on Fire. So it's always exciting to also be with Emaswati and just rehash who we are. And when we say it can be pure, we mean it. So be the future, can be, it's possible.
Lovely. Oh, I love that. I did say earlier that we're very, very generous, and we will be giving away some tickets. So do make sure that you stay tuned. But before we jump on to our next quiz, our next question for the quiz, please do remember to look out for Standard Bank's digital product promotions on social media, as well as activations coming to a town near you as of the 12th of August. All right. So now, are you ready for our next quiz? All right. Our next question is, what is the Standard Bank campaign aligned to the festival? Oh, this is an easy one. Can I enter? No?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Easy peasy. I'm sure you all got it right, but I'll repeat. What is the Standard Bank campaign aligned to the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival? All right. Sibusile, you did say that Jigs was going to speak to partners. Yes. All right, Jigs?
Yeah, maybe just slightly more, and I won't waffle on. But I do want to say that there's a conscious attempt to grow the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival this year. So we are actively marketing in the region. And hopefully we'll be doing that through some of the Standard Bank outlets. But there's a conscious attempt to try and grow the number of attendees and grow the entire offering. So from a program perspective, we've certainly kind of developed. You speak about partners, and we would like to acknowledge Gulp this year. They're coming on board to set up an acoustic stage. So there will be a couple of music stages this year. Obviously the main stage that we're all familiar with all the big acts. But there'll also be an acoustic stage which will be housing a fashion runway.
Nice.
Can you imagine the models strolling down the runway?
The
sway. That's the sway.
That's the
This should be one of the questions. What does Eat Sway love?
What is the sway?
What are the,
Eat Sway
what-
love?
Yeah, okay. So we've got the acoustic stage. We've got Pick and Pay and Rhodes coming in with the Luju cook-off. We'll be activating in Pick and Pays, and it'll be an opportunity for Emaswati to participate in the kingdom's top food cook-off.
Wow.
Lots of prizes. We have a celebrity chef coming in. That's all under wraps at the moment, but look out for that. Yeah. That all takes place in here, of course, the magical house on fire. We have a dynamic partnership with Tourism Piwo. In Mozambique, I spoke to the minister today, and we are actively looking to leverage in Maputo. Why? Because they are our next door neighbors. They support bushfire in a major way, and we feel that's a market that we want to engage. So we're bringing a major act from Portugal, Lura. Everybody's been saying, Jigs, is this Lira? And I said, no. This is Lura, and we're bringing in Raja Ali from Mozambique. So we want to support arts mobility from Mozambique, but on the same level, the creative economy through creative tourism. So we'll be bringing together the local tourism authority with Mozambican counterparts. We want to bring Gulp together, Standard Bank, and we want to speak to supporting the creative economy. And Luju can do that. So that's a very exciting development. We have major new partners in our Beehive space, which is a space for children. It's a family-friendly event. So we'll be sharing more information on that. We've got Parmalat coming on with our kind of wine and cheese pairings, KWV. This is a bespoke event. It's about experiencing some of the finer things. It's about dressing up. It's about looking great. It's about feeling great. And, it's just something you want to prepare for. I go back to that. Get your outfits done now.
Yeah, so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah.
And literally, I think just the other day I was calling the gentleman who always does my outfits, and he says he's already booked for Luju. So you can imagine all the traffic that's going to local fashion designers. And I think it's also a beautiful season for local fashion because they also get to make that money. And I mean, what better way to sway and love and eat, but sway in a proper, locally produced outfit in Eswatini. So yeah, the future is good looking. The future is eating fine.
Eating, dining, fine dining. All right, love that. Okay, so now moving on to our next question. We want you to come eat, sway, and love with us. So here's your chance to win yourself some Luju tickets. So the second question that we have is, which 3 Standard Bank products are positioned under the hashtag Be the Future campaign? I repeat, which 3 Standard Bank products are positioned under the hashtag Be the Future campaign? All right, easy peasy, easy peasy. And right about now, we did say there's feel-good music to look forward to at the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. And of course, we have our DJ, our resident DJ for the show, who's also on the lineup for this year's Luju Festival, DJ Mbo. Please take us away with some good feel-good music on the ones and twos.
sijabulali sakucabanga kakhulu nje asambe sithokoze sakucabanga kakhulu wena asambe sijaya asambe sijaya sinizasiya
All right, welcome back to it. This is the Blue Table Talk series brought to you by Standard Bank Eswatini. And today we are broadcasting live and direct from House and Fire, which is the venue for the Luju Festival, which will be taking place on the 30th of September to the 1st of October 2022. Now, do make sure to stay tuned. We are giving away some festival tickets. All you have to do is to answer some simple questions that we've prepared for you for this program. And that was, of course, DJ Mbo keeping things nice and warm. And, of course, the swaying has begun right here. And we do have, as you can see, it's a celebration. And we've got some sparkling wine from Valdo. And what is Luju without some honey? We have Mlembe, and we will be talking to the Mlembe components just a bit later on. But for now, we are joined by Standard Bank's Communications and CSI Officer, Nomawetu Jonga. I'll give her a moment to introduce herself, but just to give you some context into the relationship between House on Fire and Standard Bank. Now, Standard Bank is committed to supporting small businesses in Eswatini. And similarly, House on Fire was also founded on a call to action that underpins and guides all their projects and events, and that is to support and benefit local communities. Now, we are pleased to announce that together they have a community beneficiary component for the festival this year. Nomawetu, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Leo. Good evening, Jigs, and good evening to all of our viewers at home.
All right.
I'm so glad I've got the best boss in the world. She left the good part to me, so I hope we'll be popping some
Oh, yes, the toast. Oh, man. Employer of choice. All right. So please do tell us about this community beneficiary component for this year's festival.
Thank you so much, Pure. And as you've said, I do specialize in communications and CSI. And that's really what I'm here to talk about. You know, I think Sibu did touch on our why. We do Luju. But even more than that, it's so important to recognize that we don't only believe that Eswatini is our home and we drive her growth from sponsoring events such as these, but we do a lot of work within CSI, and we truly believe in being a very responsible corporate citizen. And that means that throughout the work that we do, you know, we're not just a bank, we're more than a bank. We really believe in supporting the economic empowerment agenda of the country, you know, because we do believe and trust that that really drives national pride. So alongside Jigs, House on Fire, and Standard Bank, we embarked on a journey back in 2019 at the end of the Luju Festival in 2019 to really find a way to contribute and to give back to the community. Through more than hosting the event, the Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival event. And what that started on is discussions with local beekeepers, local bee farmers, because what is Luju without honey, right? And what we're looking to say is we can support the economic empowerment agenda of the country through ensuring that we increase the local production of honey, right? And that we can do that by supporting the local bee farmers. I'll let Jigs speak to the mechanics of it, but why that is important, it is to find ways, new ways, for young people to sustain their living, right? To find a way to keep busy, to support their homes, their families. We see a lot of child-headed homes, right? And some people will never maybe be able to come to a festival such as this one, but we can definitely still touch them. You know, they can eat, sway, and love with us in different ways. And some of those ways is making sure that they are deriving an income from producing honey. And I know some of the partners that we have on board are really passionate, just as we are, about making sure that, you know, honey production in Eswatini is really increased. And what that means is not only is it providing honey locally, but we can also start having conversations around export, right? And that's a very big part. We're very passionate about seeing Eswatini's products go across our borders, go beyond our borders. So we're very happy about that aspect of it. And some of the conversations that we've had is, you know, we import more than 3 tons of honey per year into the country. And one of the things about that is that some of the honey that we import, unfortunately, is not authentic honey, you know. And one of our partners, our festival partners, is really passionate about making sure that we keep the honey that is on our shelves in Eswatini authentic. We keep the honey that is on our shelves in our homes as pure, you know, because unfortunately, honey that has been changed and modified can be dangerous to Emaswati's health. So, and you know, Sibu spoke about this earlier to say we are really about an agenda of also driving a healthier nation through some of our festival partners. So that's another way. It's not only contributing to the economic empowerment, but also to a healthier nation. So it's all of those things that really gets us as Standard Bank really, really excited about this festival. And we believe that it talks to the longevity of the festival beyond eat, sway, and love here at the festival, but let's eat, sway, and love beyond, you know, the 2-day event. And we can definitely do that by partnering with different organizations that are just as passionate, just as committed as we are, as Standard Bank is, as House on Fire is, as the Luju Festival brand is, to making sure that the people in Eswatini, eMaswati, ayakhona kuvuna lo mnotho wale live. You know, we talk about the arable land in the country, and we talk about agriculture and our you know, our richness being in our soil. But how can we do that in a practical way? Because we believe we're definitely more than a bank, and I know House on Fire is definitely more than an events management company. You know, we've seen that through the events that they host. So yes, we are definitely going to be announcing all our partners very soon that we'll be coming together with on the CSI initiative, and we are trusting that this is going to be a very long journey. We want to talk to the not only just the beekeepers and empowering them, but also the standards, you know, of honey production, because that's a very an important point and a powerful point to make sure that they're not only producing honey, but producing it in the best way. And I remember some of the conversations we've had, there are so many byproducts of honey, and all of that will contribute to the local economy, and we believe truly drive Eswatini's growth in the economic space. But maybe not to dive right in, leave some of the conversation.
I can see why you're the communications expert. Yeah, no, that's so nicely put. I think from House on Fire, Luju's perspective, you know, whenever I speak to the industry about the events we put on, I always say, you know, what do you want to say with your platform? You know, this is not about entertainment for entertainment's sakes. What do you want to say? Yeah. And I think, you know, in asking that question, you create a position. You have a position, and you have a stance. And as you've said, Piwa, we have a very deliberate call to action. In everything we do. It was a philosophy that our parents developed in their work, and it was really about having a relationship within the community in which you live. You know, that it wasn't about business alone, that business is a relationship, and you know, it's business as unusual. That's a term that came out of, you know, people who chose to kind of approach business differently. And I think it has so many benefits. And it certainly allows people to kind of re-look and rethink the way they approach things. And, you know, we have so many dynamic partners come on board who have this shared vision. And I think just getting back, you know, to our CSI program, we are looking to develop beekeepers within Eswatini. We are looking to support and develop production in the best way possible. Damaswati Nomawethu has spoken about the fact that we're importing so much honey. It's a crime, you know, when we have such an amazing landscape here, you know, open spaces. You know, why can't we get that right? So some of our platforms at Luju support panel discussions, and we speak to the politics of food. Yeah. We speak to, you know, the value chain. Importantly, we speak to developing and supporting local producers. Yeah. And kind of getting them to market, you know. Yeah. So if you're producing honey, how do you get it to the market? Yeah. So these are all very charged issues, and I'm really glad that as a food and lifestyle festival, you know, we're not just kind of eating and celebrating, but we're having these panel discussions and we're talking to the nitty-gritties, which, you know, for the most part of it are difficult discussions to have, because, to be honest, we're not getting it right. And it's something that we all need to work on. So I'm really glad that as Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, we are taking on these serious issues. You know, a lot of people see this as entertainment, but it goes much deeper than that. And it's a conscious decision to do so. We do that with our partners, and I must say I'm really proud that we take this stand. It's very important. So we will basically be donating funds, festival funds, to local beekeepers. We'll be working on manageable focuses annually. You know, I don't want to kind of create grand illusions that we're kind of transforming the bee industry. There are a lot of people, a lot of players out there who are working really hard on this. But we certainly come in to give focus to some of the issues, to raise much needed funds for certain projects, and really help with the general process of development.
Lovely. What an important, I think, component or aspect of the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. Just knowing that this is a conscious festival and that, yes, we come, we dress up, we dine and we eat the finer things in life, but it's so important to know that it's not just entertainment, like you said, for entertainment's sake. So to the viewers at home, we hope that you now know a lot more about the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival and understand the synergy, the relationship between Standard Bank and House on Fire, which makes for a perfect event and combination. But I won't talk too much. I will hand over to our guests to do the closing remarks. What would you like to say? What would you like the viewers at home to remember from today's episode?
Thanks, Chigs. It's been great, this short segment, and I do hope you remember that we need to pop a bottle. But before I wrap up, I think the most important thing is to say, as we eat, as we sway, as we love, we must remember that there are those who need our support. And I think that, you know, if you have any reason to consider why you should come to the festival this year, that's a reason. You know, by buying your ticket, you are contributing to making sure that the economic empowerment agenda is realized, you know, and in a very sustainable and impactful way. So you're not just a festival goer. You are one of our partners to make sure that we realize, you know, this very great vision that we have to say that it doesn't just end with the 2 days on the 30th and on the 1st of October. It continues to give back and to grow legs beyond ourselves, you know, and we can be proud of seeing that honey that has been locally produced, that we have all contributed to as eMaSwati who attended the Luju Festival, on our shelves. And I think that's really the biggest accomplishment, seeing it on our shelves. So as we buy our tickets via www.lujufestival.com, and I know Jigs is still going to talk to all of the physical in-branch tickets and physical tickets that are going to go on sale. But as we purchase those tickets, we know definitely that it's more than just a festival. Yeah. It's more than just a festival. It's your way of giving back, of contributing towards uplifting the communities in which we live, uplifting the nation, and really inculcating a national pride, I would say. We can definitely be proud of ourselves for not only hosting a festival like this one, but attending a festival like this one that is very deliberate about giving back.
Thank you so much, Nomoneti. Jigs?
Yeah, so I would like to take us back a few months. COVID, and I promised myself I will never take anything for granted again. You know, there was a period where, you know, we couldn't leave our homes. We were all wondering what the future was going to be. Thank goodness there's light at the end of the tunnel, but we're by no means, you know, out of the woods. I think there's so many pressing issues and needs that we all need to take account of. But I just want to say, you know, the ability to gather and to connect as a community, as a region, as a, as humanity is so fundamentally important. To be able to appreciate the finer things, to enjoy some good food, to listen to some amazing music, to wear some amazing clothes. So these are basic things that we celebrate as humanity.
Yeah.
And to be able to gather again and to showcase these human attributes, our ability to create and to transform things into occasions where we can look at ourselves and go, wow, isn't this amazing? And start to dance and laugh. We've got to acknowledge that we can do this again. I can't state it enough. So, siyabonga nkulunkulu. Like, thank you. Like, we're back.
Yeah.
Let's remind ourselves how important it is to be able to do this. So, all the gratitude. For those of you who haven't bought tickets, they are on sale online via our website, lujufestival.com. Physical ticket sales will be going on sale shortly via Standard Bank outlets around Eswatini. That will be communicated. They'll be on sale here at House on Fire and in Maputo, believe it or not, because we have a lot of Mozambicans who will be coming up this year. Ticket sales hopefully on sale in the coming week. Please follow local media, follow our social media platforms. Get your ticket early. Don't miss out. Get your outfit early. Don't miss out on looking great. And arrive to eat, sway, and laugh.
Nice. Oh, man, I feel like this session was so short. There's just so much to unpack, so much to enjoy, and so much to love about the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. This has been an amazing show. Thank you so much, Nomawethu. Thank you so much, Jigs, for being part of this show. And of course, yes, we will be popping sparkling wine from Valdo.
Where are the glasses? DJ and Paul. We have the glasses.
But before we do that, just a reminder to follow House on Fire's social media pages, and do make sure to follow the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival pages on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. And do make sure to look out for Standard Bank's digital product promotions, and specifically the hashtag Be the Future campaigns online, as well as the activations that will be coming to a town near you. So do make sure to look out for that. Thank you so much. And yes, we do encourage supporting local. We know we like to dress up. We're all getting our outfits made and our hair done. Please do support local. And in a short while, we'll be giving you some inspiration of some of the local designs that you can wear or rock for this year's Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, taking place from the 30th of September to the 1st of October 2022. Thank you so much for joining us. We wish you an amazing evening and happy planning for the biggest fashion and food event in the country. Woo! Perfect timing. Perfect timing. All right, I believe DJ Mbo will be taking us out with some nice tunes to help us sway our way out of the show. Thank you. It's enough, it's all right. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Cheers. What camera do we look at? Cheers. Can we say? Can we say?
Shayeli Dali ngisuke embabane uma ungakhona ubongimela kakhoza lekhumbi ihamba kancane nama ngisakhona Dali ngisuke embabane uma ungakhona ubongimela kakhoza lekhumbi ihamba kancane nama ngisakhona awumshayeli wami uyishaye zulema awuyishaye zulema cela ungithathe ungibeke esibambeni wemshayeli wami uyishaye zulema awuyishaye zulema cela ungithathe ungibeke esibambeni
namshayeli ngathi uhamba kancane phela isikhathi solo zule embabane ungibona nje ngiyafa ngombulo selokagcina kulowa msombuluko mangikubona qheketele emabhluko phela wena umuhla uthengi nesibuko cela ukuthi ungimele station lapho khona nemishini bafana ubatshela usenhlitweni yamba ngalingi basonzele kuwe phela lofuna kuthatha wena eceleni kwami kwamele kuthendlulela kimi nakhule ebridgini kagosa ashuba kakhuthe emabhosa bathi nayi injija cheese get the money get down on my knees buy you nice clothes elevate your steez enhlitweni yami girl you got the keys would you never leave me girl I'm asking please even when we fighting I be choosing peace emshayela ufake futhi ngoba umkami besubone maphutha ngafikela endlini mina ngawusutha
Dali ngisuke embabane uma ungakhona ubongimela kakhoza lekhumbi ihamba kancane nama ngisakhona Dali ngisuke embabane uma ungakhona ubongimela kakhoza lekhumbi ihamba kancane nama ngisakhona